Hello again everybody, this is Syaoran with another action figure review, and today we'll be looking at Card Captor Sakura's Li Syaoran. This is from the Figma series, and that's the front of the box there. It's the side, and if you want to pause and have a look at the images on the back, there you are. And that is the other side. So we're gonna crack this open and talk about it. Alright, so here we have Li out of the box, and he's a very well detailed, well sculpted looking figure. I previously bought the Sakura and Tomoyo figures. I was very pleased with those. Sakura had a release of both her schoolgirl uniform and one of her many outfits that Tomoyo would have designed for her. And then I'll show some comparisons with Li later on with those two figures. So the whole design of this figure is very, it's like flowing. It has like the sleeves and everything are very well sculpted to look as if he was actually wearing the clothing that's depicted here. So I'm very pleased that that's as accurate to the show and manga that it should be. So he comes with a lot of accessories, so we'll get into that and then we'll have a closer look at the figure itself. Alright, so Li comes with 4 different faces. I should say 3 different faces. If you happen to pick him up on the Figma pre-order, then there is additional face that was included. So the face that he comes with in the box is this neutral looking expression. So nicely done. That's the second face. So it's more of a smirking, wisecracking face. Then we have a yelling face. And then of course, if you were lucky enough to pre-order this guy on the Figma website, Good Smile website, then the 4th face that is included is this slightly embarrassed looking face, which is very appropriate for this character because he likes to act tough quite often, but is easily embarrassed as well. And as well, you also get his sword, and that is also very nicely done. Very appropriate that they included that item. It comes down in it's not too flexible, this plastic, so I would be very careful about that. Maybe getting broken, but you do have it come off like so, similar to the Link figure from Legend of Zelda and many other characters that Figma has designed with swords. They always do that so that you can literally just pop the hand in on that and not have to worry about stretching the plastic on the hand. So good metallic color on that, and very cleanly done. So you get that sword, then you also get this sword as an accessory. So this is when it is in its scabbard, and it doesn't come out obviously because the other one is already like that. You have a peg on the back so that he can wear it on his back, and it's sculpted like this as if it were hanging. So nicely thought out on Figma's part for doing that. And the scabbard has a very nice green, emerald green color, shiny gold. He also comes with 1 card. I'm not too familiar with what the name of this is. It's been a very long time since I've seen the manga. This I think is more of a charm or something that he uses magically. And here we have the set of hands, and he's got 2 hands for holding sword, one right there, one on the other side. So it's nice that they include that for either hand, so you can have them hold it in left or right. You have 2 open hands. And then we also have 1 card holding hand and 1 hand with 2 pointing fingers. So yeah, pretty standard for Figma to include hands, all different hands. And he also comes with your standard Figma base, and these are pretty self-explanatory at this point. You have the 3 different parts of articulation. This one comes with an additional attachment peg plug into the back to get a little more posability on a different angle, should you not wish to just have the straight peg on there. And these are adjustable with a very small screwdriver. And lastly, he comes with an additional wrist peg in case something should break. Hopefully not, but they include that just in case. Alright, so Li stands about a little under 5 inches from the top of his hat, so pretty good scale with the other figures in this line, and they are just young kids after all, so you won't want them to be too big in scale. It'd be kind of out of place. So we'll go through the appearance and the articulation here, a closer look. So you can see his hair, I've always noticed this about this character, is his hair is very similar to the way Sakura kind of has hers, but it's done in a more masculine appearance. And you can see he's got these really long sleeves. They are articulated in some points, so that's good. These bells are not articulated, so you have to be careful of knocking those. Hopefully you just have them posed, not using them to move around too much. But yeah, very nice paint job in him. As I said before, I've been consistently pleased with Figma's quality. So very nice green color, orange and yellow, a little bit of darker green here in the hat. And looking at the back there, another emblem, another bell. Kind of designed to look as though it's blowing off to the side. Good wrinkles on the pants overall. And the shoes are very nicely done. So yeah, overall, very pleased with him. Good amount of accessories. And if you're a fan of the series like I am, then it's good that they have this guy as an option. I wouldn't say for sure that I'd buy a rendition of Syaoran in a school outfit. I don't think that'd be necessary, but that's another possibility that they could do. But going over the articulation, you have your standard Figma head joint. So it's on like a double peg, and a bit of a ball up into the neck. So you get a good range of motion looking down. Good for pondering. And he can't look up too far because of the hair design, but that's not too bad. You can get him to go that far back with the waist joint, and quite far forward with the waist joint. And he can sort of swivel at the hips. You can go all the way around. I don't know why you would want to do that, but they give you that option. And the arms go at about that far. You make him look like he's flying with his gigantic sleeves. And they go forward and back. And those are also on a ball joint. Then you have these disc-looking joints here, which are kind of a staple of many Figma figures. So you can bend to about that far and go about that far, and those do twist a little bit there. The wrists are on a double ball peg, and good range of motion all around. And the sleeves can go kind of just forwards and backwards. I thought they could kind of go forward and backwards that way, but they go forwards and backwards like that. So good range of motion on those too. Then of course you have for the legs, they can go out about that far. Yeah, about that far. And the skirt piece here kind of goes up into the leg. So it's kind of a double layer. So you can't kick too far forward that way. You can go about that way, that far that way, and about that far in the back. Always great range of motion on these for kicking at the knee, bending at the knee I should say. And then of course you have your articulation at the ankle, which is another double ball peg here, and he does have a ankle pivot there. So pretty standard articulation for Figma. Don't usually have restrictive movements on those, and it's very nice that they incorporated the design accurately without sacrificing the articulation. And here we have Syaoran Li with the Figma release of Tomoyo and the non-school girl release of Sakura. So, like I said before, good in scale with these two figures. These are pretty much the only ones I'd want out of this series. And I know there are many more characters that they could adapt. Her brother, and I forget what the other fellow's name is. But they could definitely do those. But I feel that these three pretty much complete my set for this series. They could even release like endless amounts of Sakura's other outfits, but it'd just be basically just redesigning the same figure over and over. So hopefully they don't do that. They release other figures instead. So yeah, overall I'm very pleased with this figure. Good addition, and hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.